Yo, welcome back, Universal fam. It's your boy KOJI. I want to thank you for tuning in to Universal Jaguar.
And if you're new to the channel, welcome back anyway, because we know you'll be back.
Blood, sweat, and tears. As a fan, I've been there. Where was you in '99? I was shedding tears. Look at me sounding all poetic, man. I done been there, the highs and lows. I remember '96, the Patriots putting us out. I remember beating the Broncos. I remember losing to the Broncos the next year. I've been there way before the millennium. I remember beating Pittsburgh twice in the same season in '07 in front of all my high school peers, looking like the man of the hour, only Jaguar fan on the block. And I remember repeating that same thing like it was a movie script in 17. Man, the highs and lows, but man, it's all worth it. I love my Jags, Duval till I die, and that's just how it's gonna be. Oh boy. It's been 25 years. 25 years of chat. Man. And I can honestly say, maybe starting with the 98 season, I've probably seen every single game. And the games before that, I knew about them. I was just a child. I didn't have, access or control to do what I wanted to do at all times. But since about 98 or so, I've seen every game, literally. Wouldn't miss them for the world. Doesn't matter if we were good or bad. Early on, I got spoiled like the rest of us. Like, I was a child. I was about 4 or 5 in '95. I was in Jacksonville, first team I ever seen. So I've been with them since day one. You woke up on Sundays and you just knew we were going to win. That's all. And if we weren't going to win, we were going to be competitive. 3-point loss, 6-point loss, last minute loss. That's the type of stuff I got accustomed to early on as a fan. And you grow up and you expect that. So when you start to lose, it just doesn't seem right. And the way we've been losing, or the stretches that we've had, it just doesn't seem right. But I'm thankful for one thing. I'm thankful that we have seen days of glory, because you hold on to that. And no matter how rough it gets, you just know that the reverse effect, or the springboard effect, the pendulum effect of this, we have to get back to where we've been, those 14-2 days, those regular 11-5 days. I believe we'll be there very shortly. But I do believe with all things comes a trial. We're a young franchise, only 25. I'm older than my favorite football team. I mean, I'm tired of having to say that, because when I'm talking with Steelers fans who are trash talking, I have to remind them that, hey, let's compare the first 25 years of the Steelers franchise to what we've done. I mean, any franchise, I mean, that doesn't really matter, what would have you done for me lately type of league, but it feels good to say that you've been there since day one from your team, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes, It's really hard sometimes. It's exhausting. It's a roller coaster ride. But all things considered, this year right here really sums it up for me of how we've been these first 25 years. 6-10 is not good. It's not good, but it shows that you're not completely incompetent. We haven't been completely incompetent. At times we've been on top of the world, but we've never been able to just stick it through, capitalize, which always gives you the feeling as a fan that no matter how good it is, we're gonna find some way to fall short. 99 in Tennessee, the couple times that New England put us out. No matter how shockingly good we are, we always find a way to fall short. For these next years and beyond, I hope we find some way as a franchise to have more defining moments to where we make capitalizing a normal thing. And I'm pretty sure every other franchise could say that. But just having endured, I think that this fan base is well deserving, well overdue for more magical moments, more Minshew mania moments, more stars. We have to get people who are gonna keep our stars. We have to show for these years of turmoil. We haven't had people who have been able to keep what has worked out. And we can't keep holding on to the past so much. We can't keep claiming 95. We need more 17 years. We need more years where we hoist banners. All of this is common sense. We all know this, but it's just a healthy vent from an honest fan who's been there since day one. I'm talking about Natron memes, Dion Figures. I used to, like, one of my favorite players, people might not even remember or recall, Aaron Beasley. I remember Damian Shelton. I remember, of course, Marky B, Jimmy Smith, Fred Taylor. Like, oh man, I remember we had a running back named Stacey Mack, I believe his name was. Man, every season I've been there and endured to the end. And I'm ready to see that pay off. You know, I want it to be more on autopilot. You know, like, we can win, we can be functional, we can be competent. Like, let's do it. 2020 on beyond, and as fans, let's renew our minds when it comes to football. Let's be more optimistic about our team. Let's not be so short. Like, let's see it. Let's allow it to reset. You know, this year I ironically I got to see the celebration for both of the teams that came out 25 years ago, the Panthers and the Jags. I was at the game when the Jags played the Panthers, and they honored Jake Delhomme and Steve Smith and all of those guys. And I was also at the New Orleans Saints game in Jacksonville when they honored all of the guys in Jacksonville, and I'm so upset because I lost the footage of all. I lost the footage, man. I lost the footage, but you know, thank the creator above it. As a fan, I got to see those two games, you know, because, you know, even though I'm a Jaguars fan through and through, you still have a certain feeling for the Panthers because they're like our brothers, you know, whatever like that. So I got to see those two games this year. Outside of that, I wasn't really gonna break my neck to see any games this year, you know, because that stretch where we lost those four, man. It just takes the life out of you, and I don't want any more feelings like that when it comes to this team, because I just have to sit down and think, man, I put so much into this team, something essentially that I can't control. It takes a lot out of me as a fan. That's how much I love this team. So year in review wasn't successful as far as wins and losses, but like the story with this franchise, we're not totally incompetent. We got some things to hope for. We just need to do better with our decision making and continuing to plant seeds of things to hope for. And I think as long as we do that and we take our licks and reflect on our losses and actually capitalize on them and stop making the same mistakes or don't make the same mistakes as a young franchise and look back on where we've been and where we want to go, it's easy to see. Just don't do what we've done these last 25. And when we come back and we all meet and we powwow for the 50th, we'll have nothing but patriotic type of memories where we just go on long reigns, or we're at least raving like we're in the mix every year, or you know, just at least be competent and functional. Let's get back to that.